I don't know how many of you knew this, but she's a ministerial student. And boy, she has prodigious skills. Absolutely. One of the things kind of going through my mind as she was talking to us was John Wesley's 3 general rules for Methodists. He said, it's very simple, and we should probably listen and follow, but John Wesley said the 3 rules were do no harm, do good, and stay in love with God. And this is a young woman who is so in love with God. I would also probably change that a little bit and say, in these 3 general rules, do no harm to yourself. Do good to yourself. Stay in love with God and love yourself. But sometimes that takes time. I appreciate Crystal because of her great wisdom for somebody so young, but there is so much more to come. So much more that Crystal and all these young people can look forward to today. Don't you agree? Don't you think that, yes, at this young stage that there are good things coming their way? I have found in my own journey, blessedly, that some things get easier as you age. Don't you think? Clap if you agree. Some things get easier and become more meaningful to you the longer you live. If, as you age, I think you know yourself better, you feel better about yourself, you accept yourself more. As your faith life grows, you develop meaningful, deep relationships, and your trust builds with one another and with God. And all of these young people have that to look forward to as they age. So the other thing I would say is that at the moment, fears, questions, doubts, those are all really normal right now. Those are all part of the start of your faith journey. That's the way it begins. That's the way it starts. And another thing I have found about this journey is that it's not always a straight line. We all take some detours on the journey, and I discovered, but this only came with getting older, that it's not the end of the world if you take a detour. You can get right back on. There's always an on-ramp to get right back on that path, that journey. So it's not the end of the world. And these young people are modeling such great gifts to us, aren't they? Aren't they teaching us this morning? I am just amazed. In the Sermon on the Mount, which Dan had been studying during Lent, God desires to give us so much more. So I want you to put up that verse on the screen from Matthew 7, and it's verses 7 through 11. Ask, and it will be given you. Search, and you will find. Knock, and the door will be opened for you. For everyone who asks receives, and everyone who searches finds, and for everyone who knocks, the door will be opened. Is there anyone among you who, if your child asks for bread, will give a stone? Or if the child asks for a fish, will give a snake? If you then who are evil know how to give good gifts to your children, how much more will your Father in heaven give you good things to those who ask? May God add his blessing to the reading of his word. Asking, seeking, searching, knocking, all of these things are about taking risks, daring to ask why not. And that can be harder for us as we age, taking that risk. But I believe if you're able to tolerate a little bit of uncertainty, if you're able to, deal with some of the vagaries of life, that those risks lead to renewal, to new life. And so you and I need to be students of the young and remember that Jesus promises that our God has so much more in store for us. I believe that God's promises are being revealed right here at Pasadena. Have you seen that recently? Have you seen that starting to take place, God's promises? And the promise is that it doesn't stop. It's going to get even better. It's going to go on more and more and more. The theme, as you heard, for the Sunday that the youth chose is renew. I kind of take that as a message to us older folks, anybody over the age of 17. I don't know. When I was a kid, they said, don't trust anybody over 30, but I think it's younger than that. But I think it's a message for us to listen to the stories, the dreams, the hopes of our young people, to follow their lead. So our role is to walk alongside them, to support, to give encouragement, while providing, the best role model that we can be for these young people who are just beginning their faith journey. The rest, I think, is up to them, what they make of their life, what they make of their journey. And with God's help, I really don't think we have anything to fear with these young people coming behind us. So thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that.